back to good old Solomon.
Yeah.
He obviously had not had that done for him by a very busy dad named David, whom we all admire as we look at the lights and the things he accomplished. Remarkable king, but a poor dad. Really a poor dad. Solomon was one of the products. His mama was Bathsheba. All of that got started sideways. Mm-hmm. We won't even go there. The point was Solomon had not had the benefit of that kind of parenting, okay? So Solomon winds up with 300 wives and 700 concubines. Stop and let that sink in. And how many kids? I mean, John, it has to be thousands.
Yeah.
Certainly hundreds.
I can't believe even having two wives.
Exactly. Well, and so it's from that, Johnny, that he has material that goes into his journal. And I guess what I'm getting at here is my heart goes out to the guy in the business world or the lady, and they really are gifted. They really are skilled. And if I may add, they're in demand. You know, if you're a good attorney, there's always another case. And you won these last two and they looked impossible. Well, there's another one, always going to be another. You're in the business world and you work for a company. You may invent some things in that realm, and on I could go. But the point is, all of this feeds the ego, takes your time, and you add a few more hours to the day. I mean, we got a lot of folks listening to us right now, Johnny, who are right there, right there, and maybe they started drinking a little bit to keep it going, maybe using a few drugs to add to what they need for their energy, or be able to sleep, or be able to wake up and to get on with it. So you got all of that mixed in, and then they look around the table and there are 6 kids from maybe 2 different wives or husbands. Now, Johnny, I hear you on LED, but can a person who comes out of that world provide this kind of incredible parenting?
That's a great.
'Cause Solomon couldn't.
That's a great question. It's funny, but we live in a linear and think in a linear fashion.
Yeah, we do.
We get up and make our lists every day.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that the problem is that life is not static. And so I'd like to think of it not in a linear fashion, but in a spherical fashion, where God is the centerpiece, and all the priorities, all your goals are on the outside. Yeah. And if you have that,
and He's the hub of that wheel.
If you have that model, then you're gonna be able to play the game better or fight the fight better. But I'll just say that. Most of us are a product of our environment.
We are.
Good or bad. Right. Many people grew up in broken homes. Maybe people grew up with abuse. They grew up with being beaten down all the time by
not
their
loved,
parents. Not loved, not physically loved or held or whatever.
Nurtured.
And others grew up in just the model Christian homes.
Yeah.
But I think that the real issue is that the only thing that can change our modeling that we received, as negative as it may be, is Christ in your life and the Holy Spirit changing you. Knowing that you've been forgiven. Know that God is a graceful God, and God is a God of hope. And unless you're transformed within, you're going to carry all of that baggage into your marriage, and because that's the role modeling you had in the negative sense, then that's the way. That's why kids become like their parents.
True. And Unfortunately, there weren't too many in Solomon's life that had the authority, or at least the open door to say, hey, Saul, let's you and me spend a little time this afternoon evaluating where you are.